Hello everyone, welcome to the Diary of a Gen Alpha Leader. And as you know, my name is K.Varlyngton. I'm a climate action advocate and a change maker. Yes, a change maker. I create changes in my community. So welcome to the Changemaking Series. This is my first time doing this, and it's because I want to share the whole change making spirit with people like you who want to solve problems and maybe don't know where or how to start. So before I dive into today's main topic of discussion, change making and how to start your change making journey, please hit that subscribe button and turn up the notification bell or what they call it, so that you don't miss out on any of the episodes that I'll be dropping, because I want you to develop on your change making journey. Trust me, it's a fun journey. And if anyone tells you that change making is boring, they don't know what's up. They don't know what's up. So what is change making? We have various ways of describing change making. The simplest definition for me is change making simply means creating a change. But that time in primary school, I remember when they told us, like, do not use the same word to describe a major word, like, change is in change making, and they say do not use change to describe it. But like, we all know what change is: creating that shift. So yeah, that's basically what change making is all about. But if we were like to define it beyond that, it's about seeing a problem, taking up that problem, developing a solution to that problem, not just overlooking it. Like, there are so many problems in the world today, and some people think that the best way of solving a problem is leaving the problem. So that's definitely not change making. That's not the idea of change making. As a change maker, the best solution to a problem is not leaving the problem or escaping the problem. It's actually solving the problem, because people would still come there, they'll still live there, they'll still suffer from what you suffered. And then, you ask yourself, just like how we're saying, why didn't our parents or the ancient ones solve these problems before passing it to us? But that's exactly what you're doing, and future generations will be questioning you. Like, there's educational problems, there's climatic problems, there's health problems, and you see these problems and you leave these problems. Future generations are definitely going to suffer from this, and they will ask you, why didn't you do anything? And trust me, no one wants that doubt, no one wants that feeling or something that, yeah, you stayed on planet Earth and you saw problems, you didn't actually change these problems. So basically, that's what change making is all about. Change making is seeing the problem, developing a solution. And the big question you're saying is, how do you become a change maker? It's very, very simple. No big thing behind it. Okay, anyone can become a change maker. Anyone has the potential to become a change maker. And something I tell the children that I host workshops for, I always tell them that you don't need to be in a high position or have a title or have awards and all that to be a change maker. No, that's not what change making is about. Change making comes from the heart. So I'll start with my change making story. And I don't know if you've heard it, I've said it countless times because I want to inspire children majorly, but I don't know if it's a child watching this. So I was in grade 3, primary 3, when our teacher taught us about environmental degradation. He taught us about pollution, noise pollution, air pollution, water pollution, land pollution, and it struck me. It struck me deeply. I looked, my classmates thought it was just like a read and write exam situation. Like when they teach you about rocks in science, you don't actually go out and start searching, is this igneous, is this sedimentary? No, you just read it for exam's sake so that you pass your exams. And I think that's how most times the school system treats us. We read topics and we just do it to pass our exams, to get that A plus. And when we get that A plus, we move to the next grade. But this topic was different. It wasn't like an ignorance rock topic. It was different. It was something that concerned us, concerned the environment. And I saw that water pollution, yes, it will kill plants, it will kill animals, but it also affects us humans. It disrupts the environment. So these things I saw, and I started relating it to my immediate surroundings. I left the classroom and connected it to what I was seeing and discovered that it's a major problem. Why should I treat it like a read and write exam situation? And that's just how my change making journey began. I went back home, and 7-year-old me created a teaching video that explained this concept, because yes, I wanted, before now that I claim that, oh, now I claim I have the certificate. Not now that I say, oh, I'm a research scholar, academia, this one, that one, that one. I advocate. When I was small, I really wanted to be a teacher. So I teach, because teaching is my passion. So I went back home, set the board behind me, and started talking about environmental pollution. It was my own way of raising awareness. Just a teaching video before I started founding a whole organization, going out for outreaches. My change making journey started from a simple teaching video. Just a simple teaching video. So why did I bring this story up? It's to show you that change making is not something that needs a high budget, you get? Because when people talk about projects, when people talk about solving problems, you hear them quoting billions, millions, that this is what they need, this is what I was part of a group, and someone said that he will need to solve a problem, and he was quoting dollars, and I was like, really? No. You could actually start small. Okay, so as I said, it's my own change making journey started from a simple teaching video, raising awareness in a simple way. Okay, now from there I felt like my actions were little. Even if little actions make great changes, make sure to always take a step to make it bigger. As that quote says, do small things in a great way. So I moved from teaching videos to writing a book titled Amama that's focused on saving the life of land and stopping deforestation. And it had indigenous themes, cultural storytelling. Climate communication is very important. And for those of the future change makers that are watching this video right now that is interested in climate advocacy, I'll be doing in the future climate communication strategy video as part of the Changemaking series, so that you understand more about climate communications. But for now, let's stick to grooming you to be a change maker. So I started with Amama. I published Amama. It had cultural themes, and it's also focused on saving life on land, stopping deforestation. I moved there to hosting my first pet project under K.Varlyngton as an ambassador, and then I developed Egalitarianism for Earth and Children for Climate initiative. So it's a very simple process. The thing is that if you want to become a change maker, you have to just start wherever you are. Yeah, it's good to think big and all that, but as you're thinking big, make sure to start small. Use your available resources. It really matters. So first thing as a change maker is identifying the problem. Number 2, structure a solution according to the resources you have. It's very, very important. My own way of raising awareness was just a teaching video. I used the resources available at that time. So if you discover that, let's say the problem in your environment is a health related problem, okay, that's the change making that you want to center on in terms of health. Maybe people advocate against malaria, mosquitoes and all that. So you could just start by maybe talking to a group of friends, printing some posters, sharing, or just a little mini street campaign, that kind of thing. It's a very effective way of raising awareness. No effort is wasted, for real. No effort is wasted. So yes, resources. Then the next thing about being a change maker comes from remember I said that change making comes from the heart. Okay, that was teaching. I said teaching comes from the heart. Anyone teaching or change making, they both come from the heart. So the thing is that change making comes from the heart, and a skill that every change maker should have is empathy. Yes, you have that solution, you have that idea, okay, but it's very, very good to be empathetic about one's problems. You may not be facing a problem, that problem may not be affecting you, but it's affecting someone close to you. Okay, it's very important that you be empathetic. Put yourself in that person's conditions. For example, you had the opportunity to go to school, and I didn't have the opportunity to go to school. That doesn't mean the problem or regards to access to quality education is not there just because you went to school. You try to understand that I wasn't privileged enough to have that quality education in this scenario. And so you that had quality education, you could start something small. Remember, structure your solution according to your resources. You can start something small to help the next person. Just by doing this, you're being empathetic and you're being a change maker.